working in the spirit of the Golden Empire. This is 17 News at noon.
Bakersfield police are searching for 3 people suspected in a deadly shooting late last month. BPD says 30-year-old Victor Dominguez was murdered on May 31st on Raymond A. Spruance Court, a couple of blocks off Panama Lane. This morning, police said they're looking for 27-year-old Abraham Lopez, 30-year-old Missy Medina, and 36-year-old Francisco Flores. Police say all 3 have outstanding arrest warrants for murder, conspiracy, and gang participation. They're considered armed and dangerous as the gun used in Dominguez's murder has not been recovered. Anyone with information on the death of Victor Dominguez is urged to contact Bakersfield Police at 327-7111. Bakersfield Police are also searching for a car involved in a hit and run that sent an officer to the hospital. It happened just before 11 last night at the intersection of East Brundage Lane and Cottonwood Road. BPD says an officer was driving a marked patrol car when a driver blew through a red light, hit his car, then sped off. Paramedics took the officer to the hospital with minor to moderate injuries. No word on how he's doing today. BPD is looking for a black Chevy SUV with California license plate number SVV M737. The car was last seen headed north on Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard. The search for a missing boater continues today in Lake Isabella. On Sunday, a 36-year-old man from Los Angeles reportedly jumped out of his boat to swim to shore but never surfaced. He was near the French Gulch Marina. Bakersfield Search and Rescue, Kern Valley Search and Rescue, Tulare County Sheriffs, and the KCSO dive team are all part of the search effort. We're back now in your 17 Health Watch this afternoon. The number of Americans dying from alcohol, drugs, and suicide has reached an all-time high. The Commonwealth Fund has released its yearly scorecard on health performance in each state. It shows drug overdose deaths more than doubled over the past decade, along with increases in suicide and alcohol-related deaths. And while this is a national crisis, states are affected differently. While New England and the Mid-Atlantic have been hit hard by the opioid epidemic, other states have seen more deaths from suicide and alcohol than from drugs. Meantime, parents' attitudes about underage drinking may affect their children's alcohol use. A new Cambridge University study showed adolescents whose parents were more lenient about drinking were more likely to start drinking than their peers. They also drank and got drunk more often. Experts say if parents do not want their children to drink, they need to be clear about the message that they give out. Food allergies have more than doubled over the last 10 years, yet 2/3 of children who develop one don't have a parent who has an allergy. Jennifer Veglis reports.
What's more frustrating than being unable to enjoy a food you used to love?
You can develop a food allergy at any age. In fact, 50% of people with a food allergy develop it in adulthood.
Or keeping a beloved food out of the house to prevent an allergic reaction from just one family member. The most common allergy in children, peanuts, followed by dairy, soy, and tree nuts.
In adults, for example, shrimp is the most common food allergy, representing about 3% of adults.
Those numbers are on the rise.
We've seen a doubling of food allergies each of the last few decades. And in part, we know genetics play a part of any kind of medical condition.
The good news? Experts are learning more about a major influencing factor, environment. Pediatrician and author Dr. Wendy Sue Swanson says some parents make a mistake following the hygiene hypothesis.
The idea that you can kind of raise a child in too sterile of an environment, and the research that even if you're raising a baby and a toddler in the presence of a puppy or a dog, it's good for them and decreases the likelihood that they'll develop allergies later in life.
Dr. Swanson says it's no different with food allergies.
New research over the last 5 years is helping guide how we actually advise parents to introduce and include foods in a baby and toddler's diet to help combat the food allergy rates that we're seeing.
First step, talk to your pediatrician on how to get started.
Make sure that your child's skin is really maintained, meaning eczema or dry skin is a risk factor for developing food allergies.
Then start introducing peanut, dairy, and fish into your child's diet as young as 4 to 6 months. Building a roadmap for a happy and healthier future for your child.
Instead of introducing those foods one by one, Dr. Swanson says it's best to regularly expose your child to those foods. All right, and 17 on set now joining us this afternoon, Robin Robinson with CityServe and 4th District Supervisor David Couch. Thank you guys so much for coming in this afternoon. We appreciate it. They're talking about how you guys are teaming up to do movie nights across the county in outlying areas this summer, which is such a great idea.
It's a great idea. The idea behind this is my staff and I came up with an idea. We were doing some town hall meetings, and we were hearing that a lot of people where we would go in the outlying areas didn't know what services were actually available to them, and it was difficult for them to come into Bakersfield to find out in some cases. So we said, well, let's take all of the county services that we can drag out to these outlying areas. Let's get them to come out, and let's make it kind of a fun, family-friendly atmosphere, feed them a little bit, have all the services available that they can sign up for, and then show a movie in the park after that. So that's the idea behind it. And City Service coming along to sort of be the glue after we may pull out of town.
Yeah, how are you guys involved?
So the way we're going to help is we're bringing some resources to this and kind of bringing together the community. So the movie night will gather people at the park or in an area there, and then City Serve engages local churches with non-denominational to come in and to be that support and that help and that services when the movie night's over. There's a lot of help needed in those areas, and so with City Serve, it's bringing them together and collaborating to be the answer and resolve some of the issues when we're gone.
Okay, so the first one, it's happening coming up soon, I believe.
In the park?
This Friday in Arvin, Smotherman Park.
Okay.
So if you've got nothing to do, please show up. If you've got something to do, show up. And we're going to show the movie The Lorax. That'll probably start around 8 o'clock, but we'll have food and games for the kids. So people that have children that would like to access services, bring the kids out, keep them entertained, talk to somebody at one of the county departments that might be appropriate for you, and see if it's of interest to you.
All right, again, so this is Friday, starting at 6 in Arvin, so come on out. You can watch the movie and have a lot of fun with the family. And then where do they go to find out about the upcoming events, the other ones that will happen throughout the summer and
year? We will be putting those out via email, Facebook, all kinds of places, and we would hope to enlist you in doing just that as well.
Okay, absolutely. We will help you guys promote those. So
awesome.
A great opportunity for families. Thank you guys for coming in.
Thank you, Maddie.
Thank you very much.
We appreciate it. All right, welcome back. Stocks are down today, and just about 39 points for the Dow. We'll have a check of closing numbers today on Wall Street coming up at 5 p.m. West Texas Intermediate oil also falling today. It's at $51.08 a barrel at last check. Midway Sunset started the day up a bit at $59.77 a barrel. Well, job seekers in Delano have a shot at landing a job tomorrow. Job Fest is happening at Cesar Chavez High School on Browning Road, 9 a.m. to noon. Attendees are encouraged to come with at least 50 copies of their resume. Build-A-Bear's Pay Your Age promotion returns with new rules. This year, only a limited number of tickets will be available for the Pay Your Age event. You may remember last year's event was only for one day and prompted long lines and store closings due to heavy turnout. Participants must be part of the Build-A-Bear Rewards program and enter by June 16th for a chance to get one of 200,000 tickets. If you're one of the lucky winners, you'll receive a notification via email. The tickets will be redeemable for a new furry friend during select days between June 24th and 28th. Parents can use one ticket for up to 2 children present at the event. Additionally, 10 children will also have the chance to win a birthday party experience valued at $250. It's the time of year when thoughts are turning to summer vacations, specifically that great American road trip. SPC Mike Wendland reports adding the right app to your smartphone can make your trips that much better.
Roadside America helps you explore the weird wonders of America's highways and pass along the information to you in an app form. Fun reports, maps, and photos guide you to the less traveled places just waiting off the next exit. This app is $2.99 for iOS, and then you have to pay a little bit more to access the specific areas of the U.S. or Canada. To avoid getting stuck in traffic, the Waze app relies on other users to learn about nearby collisions, police radar, traffic jams, so that you can carefully avoid those routes. What's more, Waze will help you find the cheapest gas prices around, as gathered by the community. The app is free for iOS and Android. Road Trippers offers maps and guides to let you maintain a blog, saving places that you want to visit or have gone already. There's also space for you to leave notes for future visitors in case you find something worth sharing. The app features millions of locations, including local diners and roadside attractions that other map apps are prone to miss. It's free for iOS and Android.
Are you thinking there may be a place on your smartphone for one of those apps, but you'd like to check it out a little bit more? Not a problem. Just go over to my PC Mike Tech blog. There's my address on your screen. I built in a direct link to everything you just saw. Till next time, I'm PC Mike Wendland for NBC News.